Well, hello there everyone, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to the nursery for another video. I am sorry it's been, gosh, has it been a week already? I can't believe it. Yeah, it's actually been a week since I put up my last video, which was opening up sweet little Evie. We did her box opening the day she arrived, and so that's who we have here on the boppy. But as you can probably tell, we have another little girl here. There's actually going to be a lot that we're going to do in this video. Hopefully it won't get too terribly long. But yeah, what's going to happen is, well, I want to tell you guys about our interesting morning. We had kind of quite the morning there. And then I have an interesting topic to talk about. And I also have a couple of items that I picked up from Amazon and eBay that I want to show. I do have another bigger haul coming in, but I'll save that for another video because otherwise we would get just way too long here. And then if we have time, I'll tell you about my day yesterday. I might mention a couple of little details about that, but it just depends on how long this video ends up getting. So we will see what happens and where we go from here. But we need to talk about our interesting morning. And so we have Evie here, and she's got her little binky on, and she's like sound asleep. We just kind of got her down for a nap a little while ago, and she's cuddling her little sheepy, that came with her. But we have Miss Gabriella here today too, and as you can see, she's still in her cute little dress. But we had a real interesting morning with her because ever since Evie's arrival, well, Evie is so little that she takes up a lot of Mommy's attention right now because she needs a lot of care and a lot of feedings and just, a lot of extra TLC. And Miss Gabriella, she's a little bit testy right now because well, she's kind of spoiled. She's used to getting a lot of Mommy's attention, and so she's kind of had to share Mommy with Evie, and also, of course, with the other babies too. But this morning she got a little, well, we had a little bit of a situation this morning. What happened was, and oh my gosh, like I said, it's been just very busy for us. But Nora, who is their big sister, she is the little one that I adopted from Asia. And yeah, so I've shown her on the channel that she's got the very long dark hair, but she is the biggest baby that I have here in the nursery. So anyway, their big sister Nora, well, she had a little accident in her panties. She's pretty much almost getting there to being potty trained, but she still has a couple of little oopsies, and so she had a little accident in her big girl pants today. And yeah, she wanted to wear her big girl pants underneath her little dress, and so she had a little accident. And anyway, so we had to take care of Nora, and little Miss Thing here, little Miss Pouty Face. She decided that she was going to start laughing, and she called Nora a stupid poopy head. So we had to have a little talk and a little timeout because, that's just not very nice to say. We don't call names here, and, we try to talk to each other kindly and very nicely, right? Yeah, we had to have a little talk about that, didn't we? Yeah, we had to have a little talk. And did Mommy say that was a very nice thing to do? No, right? So did you end up telling Nora you were sorry? Yeah. And did you tell Mommy you were sorry? Did we have little hugs and cuddles? Yeah. So, but anyway, she's still she's doing better. She's in a bit of a better mood. She cheered up a little bit when I asked her if she wanted to help with Evie today. So I thought, well, she could get some attention by helping Mommy out a little bit. So that's why she's sitting here today. So she's been watching Evie for me a little bit while I took care of a few things. And so she helped me pick out Evie's little outfit that we're going to put on her. And yeah, let's go ahead and show. We're going to, yeah, so we got to put this on Evie first, right? This is a little white onesie that we put underneath her stuff, okay? But what else do we have that we're going to put on her? Yeah, what else do we have? Can you reach it? Oh, let Mommy help you. Let Mommy help you. Oh, let's show this first, okay? Yeah, so what do we have here? Yeah, let Mommy help you a little bit. Let's kind of had it sitting here a little crookedly here. There we go. Can you get it? There we go. Oops! Oops! Sometimes she has a little bit of a hard time keeping her balance. Like she's kind of been propped up here, you know, just watching Evie, but sometimes she kind of like, you know, falls over a little bit. But anyway, so she's showing you guys that we're gonna put this little, here we go, let Mommy help you a little bit. We're gonna put this little dress on Evie. This actually came with her in her box opening. So let me just show that to you guys. I don't know what brand this is, but I'm thinking it's a newborn size. It is very, very soft. It's white, and it's got some white little lace, and it's a little romper style. It's got the snaps under there like a onesie does. So it's very soft. I think it may be like, you know, mostly cotton. But I think this is going to look really cute on her. And then we're going to put that over the white onesie. And then what else do we have? Well, yeah, you can't reach it, can you? Let Mommy help you. What else do we have? Yeah, what do we got? What do we got? Okay, we got this little hat, don't we? Yeah, so we're going to put this on little Evie's head. Yeah, so we have this cute little tutu dress as well as the little hat that we're going to put her in. And also the white onesie underneath everything. So I'm going to put that in front of you, and then you can hand it to Mommy when we're ready, okay? Yeah. So we're going to go ahead, and I think I will take her binky out of her mouth too, because it's probably going to fall out when we start changing her. But anyway, I'm sitting on my bed right now, just kind of next to everybody, and you know, I think maybe it's going to end up being Gabriella's nap time kind of soon. She's, you know, looking a little bit sleepy, but yeah, you think you'll be able to hang in until we finish up here, kiddo? Yeah, can ya? Yeah. Well, if you start going to sleepy, we'll just put you down here, and then you can get some rest here, huh? Yeah. Let's pull down your onesie, because your little arms are showing there. All right, there we go. So can you watch while we change Evie? All right, so we're gonna just gently disentangle a little Evie's sheepy, and can you watch that for little Evie for us? There you go. And then we'll go ahead and take her little binky off. Okay. So anyway, while we do this, let's go ahead and talk about our little topic for today. And so what I thought would be kind of interesting to talk about is portrait babies. You know, I've been thinking a little bit about portrait babies, and I think we'll take her headband off of her as well. So we're just going to move just very, very gently with her. Yeah, so I thought we would just kind of talk about little portrait babies today. And I have seen some on YouTube. You know, there's some people that actually have them, and there's different reasons why people would get portrait babies, why they are fascinated with portrait babies. It's kind of neat to actually have a portrait baby of yourself as a baby, and I've seen a couple of ladies who have done that. Plus, there have been where people will get a portrait baby of one of their kids, and I've seen where people have gotten portrait babies of maybe, you know, a stillborn child, like if they've lost that little baby, which is, it's always sad, you know, when it's always so sad and devastating when that happens. But there are people who are comforted by such a portrait baby, so they will have one made of their stillborn child, or they'll have one made of maybe their living child or themselves. You know, that very first documentary that I saw about reborns was of the woman who had a portrait baby made of her grandson. And yeah, I think that was called My Fake Baby. And that documentary, that little media piece, well, you know, that's another topic for another day, is how the media construes or misconstrues us, you know, in this doll hobby, right? But anyway, we'll talk about that another day. But there are reasons why people would want to get a portrait baby, and it turns some people off. You know, some people don't want to have any part of that, and that is understandable. You know, that is understandable. It can, you know, different people react to things in different ways, and not everything is going to work for everyone. So there is no right or wrong. If you want a portrait baby, then, you know, by all means have one made. You know, find an artist and have one made if they're willing to do one for you. And, you know, get an estimate like as far as cost and all that goes. But why I've been thinking about it is I have been thinking about actually commissioning one. I need to find an artist who would be willing to do one and that, you know, who I can afford. Because if it's out of my budget, you know, there's just no way, you know, there's just no way I can pay, you know, like exorbitant amounts for that. So depending on who, you know, who I find, if I can find somebody willing to do one for me, I would actually like to commission to have a portrait baby of myself done. And so I would have to, now I'm dating myself here, but the digital age was not around when I was born and when I was young. So I do have baby pictures, but I'm going to have to somehow scan something, and I'm going to have to find one that's big, you know, so it's detailed, so the artist would know how to paint. But I'm sure I can find something. If I don't have anything here, I'm sure I can ask my mom, and I think she would think it would be neat, you know, to, you know, for me to get a portrait baby. I haven't told her about any of that yet, but she, oh my gosh, like she loves dolls too. And when I told her I started collecting these, you know, she was, oh gosh, you know, she was all gung ho, and so we talked a lot about it. And you know, she's actually seen videos of these and silicone babies and stuff. But yeah, she but now she's to the point that when I tell her that I added a new baby to the collection, you know, to the nursery, she just laughs at me. She's like, "Oh, honey," and she just laughs at me. she's like, "You're obsessed." I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so, but it's fun. It is fun. I won't lie about that. It's fun." So we're just gonna go ahead and keep her little diaper on her. I do have other diapers that we could put on her, but I think we'll just leave on her what we have. I do want to try my hand at trying to get maybe some cloth diapers at some point, but yeah, I'm going to save that for a later date. And in the meantime, this diaper is still doing well. This is what Sharon had on her when she came, so we're just going to go ahead and leave her in that. So anyway, my question to you guys is, would you consider getting a portrait baby done? And if so, who would it be of? Would it be of yourself? Would it be maybe of one of your kids? Or, you know, maybe someone who is like near and dear to you, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, if it gets a little bit too personal, I mean, you don't have to share anything like real personal upsetting or anything. You know, it's up to you what you want to share here. I'm not going to badger anybody to share, but I just, you know, I love, oops, I love the interaction. Oh, sorry, little Evie. I love the interaction. You know, to and I love seeing all your guys' comments on things. So I love it when you guys share. But you know, if it's something very personal that you don't want to, I mean, that's fine. You know, I'm not asking for any like, you know, long drawn out. You know, you share what you want to share kind of thing. You know, you do you share what you want to share. But yeah, I would love to hear your opinions. Like, would you consider doing a portrait baby or having a portrait baby made, if you could find somebody willing to do one, and if it was in your price range, you know, kind of thing. Would you do that? And if you so, you know, just tell me who. Would it be of yourself or somebody who, you know, one of your kids, or you know, somebody that you know means a great deal to you in your life? Yeah, I would love to hear your guys' comments about that. Oh my gosh, like this is a newborn size onesie, but this is like big on her. This is kind of big on her, but we'll deal with it. Yeah, she's, well, it fits her this way long ways, but it's a little big on her around the neck. But you know, we'll deal. But let me get this snapped on her. It's a little big, but you know, I don't like things like super duper snug. So I think a preemie may be a little bit tight, so I think we'll go ahead and just manage with this. I like to try different things on the babies, you know, just to see what fits them the best, what kind of fit that I like, you know, kind of thing. And but yeah, you know, tell me your feelings on portrait babies. Yes, no, and if yes, who? You know, Yeah, and as far as like an artist perspective point of view, I know it can go either way. Like, you know, an artist really likes to, you know, exercise their own creativity. You know, they see the baby that they're painting one way or whatever, so they like to kind of have their own discretion as far as like how to paint them. I think we'll leave these cute little socks on her. It's been a little cold at night, so I think her little feeties, you know, can use these pair of socks here. So we'll leave them, and they're cute. You know, they got like the cute little, oh my gosh, the cute little, it just kind of sits like on her ankles like this, and the material just kind of sits around like that. It's really cute. So we'll leave that on her. And, but yeah, tell me, like as an artist, like for an artist perspective, would you do a portrait baby for somebody, or, would that be something that you just wouldn't feel that you could do, or would you tackle it, you know, would it be something that you'd be willing to tackle for somebody? I'd love to hear your opinions on that. And, yeah, but, so I'm going to try to, and I'd been putting this off for a while, but I'm going to ask around and see if I can find someone to maybe do if they'd be willing to do a portrait baby, and how much that would end up costing me. But anyway, I wanted to show you this little girl because, oh my gosh, and I am kind of all over the place. But yeah, that's what I have to say on portrait babies. And would love to hear your comments about that. But oh my gosh, this cute little girl, she has, you know, some really cute little curled up limbs. Like her little leggies will kind of curl up, like she just, you know, cross her at the ankles, and her little legs will kind of curl up. You know, it's very cute. She's a very, very cuddly little baby, and her little arms are kind of, you know, scrunched up too, so she could actually be a cute little scrunched up little baby, you know. And what I've done with her is I've actually kind of just had her placed on her side just a little bit like this, and then placed like that, she'll really curl up, you know, she'll really curl up like that. But she's a little bit like Levi in that way, and yes, I do want a Levi. That's still one sculpt that I do want to add to my collection, is I do want a Levi, because I love his cute little curled up limbs. And she's got cute little curled up limbs. Now her sculptor is Laura Lee Eagles. She's the Evie sculpt by Laura Lee Eagles. And Gabriella is the Cuddles sculpt by Donna Rubert. And Evie here was done by Sharon from Life with Sharon B, Butterfly Baby Kisses Nursery. And Gabriella here, and she's still awake. Yeah, you still hanging in there, kiddo? Yeah. She was a little fixer-upper girl by that Sharon got, Life with Sharon B. So she got her and just, you know, kind of touched up her paint just a little bit. She redid her eyelashes, gave her more toddler appropriate eyelashes, and then she redid her lips, and, you know, just kind of touched up a little bit of paint like on her face and stuff. And so then after she got her fixed up, I added her. I've had her now for, when did I get her? Last year. I got her last year. And then Evie, you know, has just been with us for a week. And I try to condition Gabriella's hair, like, you know, once a week or so, because it is the kind of hair that will kind of dry out a little bit, you know. So I do, you know, take care of her hair very nicely. And I brushed it before we made the video. And because she was throwing a little fit, she had like messed up hair. So, you know, we had to make her look cute again. Yeah, she wanted to look pretty for her aunties and everybody, right? Yeah, so she's still in her cute little dress, and she's watching little Evie's little sheepy, okay? And, yeah, so are we going to put this hat on little Evie now? Yeah? Well, let's put her dress on her first, okay? Let's do her dress first, right? Okay, so that's what I have to say about portrait babies. So you guys tell me what you think. And while we are dressing little Evie here, I'll tell you a little bit about my day yesterday. And so we ended up having to go out because my husband made an appointment to get the oil changed in the car. We take it back to the dealership where we bought the car. And so he made that appointment to get the oil changed. And so it was a little bit hectic because they were kind of swamped, and so they had to squeeze them in. And I had an emergency situation with my nails. I had a lot of lifting. I, you know, broke off. One of my nails broke off. This one, I think it was this one that actually broke off. And And then I had just a lot of lifting with my other ones, and so some of them were coming loose, and they just, you know, they weren't looking good. So, and it had been a while since I had actually replaced the set, so while he was doing his oil change, I went and got my nails redone. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you guys see that? And then I figured he was going to take a while, because if they weren't able to get him in right away due to the time crunch, I thought, well, you know what, I'll have time to give my feet a little treatment. And let me tell you the story about my feet. In 2013, and I'd never had this before, but in 2013 I had developed a really horrible case of psoriasis. Oh, sorry, little girl. At first we thought it was eczema. And oh my gosh, like I kid you not, it itched, it burned, it flaked, it scaled, and it was red. It was just, it looked awful, and it felt awful. It itched, and it was so bad that it was just, and I'm sorry if this grosses anybody out, but it oozed. Oh my gosh, like it was just it was a mess. It was just such a mess. So I ended up having to bite the bullet and go to the doctor to get some stuff for it. And the stuff that I got for it was actually quite expensive, so I ended up only just getting like 1 tube of it. And then I went to over-the-counter stuff. I was putting like some lotions and like hydrocortisone on it, but the over-the-counter stuff wasn't working on it, and neither were the lotions, and it just I'd still get the flare-ups with it. Like some of it would start to heal up, and then I'd get the flare-up again. So I ended up being sent to the dermatologist. My regular doctor sent me to the dermatologist, and they gave me a different kind of ointment that wasn't so darn expensive. Yeah, that was quite something else. And so anyway, I started putting that on there, and I had like 2 different kinds, because like the first one I had, you had to be on it like 2 weeks and then off a week. And so mine ended up getting so bad that they thought, well, during the 2 weeks off, you try this ointment, that way you can continuously keep treating it. And so we did that, or I did that, because I'm the one that put it on myself. So I did that, and I also ended up having to get steroid shots in the, in the affected areas. And I mean, they're small little needles, and they give you the steroid injections, but your feet are kind of a little sensitive area. So, I mean, it hurt. It actually hurt, quite. It wasn't like a long lasting hurt, but it hurt going in. It was actually quite uncomfortable. It really was. And, but I got that done a couple of times, and that helped, along with the ointment that I was putting on it. Now this is long sleeves on her, and we are still in summertime. However, it's been, it's been like warm during the day, but it's been kind of getting cooler at night. So in case she falls asleep in this, I thought, she'd be nice and cozy. And I keep it rather cool in the house anyway, because I get hot very easily. And yeah, that's another story for another day. But yeah, I get hot pretty easily, so I keep it pretty cool in here. It kind of drives my husband nuts, but it's like, well, when you go into menopause, then you can tell me or whatever. But yeah, I keep it pretty cool in here, so I thought, she might be more comfortable in longer sleeves today. So yeah, but anyway. Here is her little tutu dress, and we're going to go ahead and put her little hat on her. So anyway, I had told my husband a while back ago, and again, like I said, I, kind of thought maybe he would be a while due to maybe not being able to get in right away. So I thought, well, I might have time for a pedicure. And so I told my husband a while back ago, I said, once my feet heal up enough, like either all the way or like, 95% or whatever, just enough where it's not going to scare anybody, where it's not going to, maybe make a flare up or anything, because I wouldn't subject anybody to looking at my feet when they were in that kind of shape. So I had told them, I said, when they heal up, pretty much either all the way or, just about all the way, I'm going to treat myself to a foot treatment, because they deserve it after everything they have been through. So yesterday was the day I got a pedicure. It had been like 12 years since I got a pedicure. I mean, it took It took, I kid you not, you guys, I have been battling this since like the end of 2013 up until, well, I still got just a couple little places on my feet, but it's not bad now, you know. And so, I mean, from the end of 2013 until, you know, like this year, you know, it was a long, drawn out mess. It was horrible. It was bad. And, you know, part of it was that I was just too stubborn to go to the doctor. I thought, well, you know, things that I've had have cleared up, you know, before. Just get like some OTC stuff and it should clear it up. Well, it didn't this time. It didn't. And I guess I can just attribute it to just, you know, the fact of getting older. Things don't heal up as quickly or as well anymore. So yeah, I have to kind of change my mental processes on that kind of thing. But yep, I got my tootsies done. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's my nails. And so they tried to, you know, we got a color that kind of pretty much matched my nails pretty closely. So yeah. So anyway, I was able to get my tootsies done, and oh my gosh, like I had forgotten how good a pedicure feels. Oh man, I forgot how good a pedicure feels. And oh man, it felt so good. And I mean, I felt like a new woman getting my nails done, you know, getting my set replaced. But oh my gosh, like my feet, you know, having somebody work on my feet, because, you know, with the massages and the, you know, everything, they rub the pumice stone on them, you know, just everything that they do. Oh, it felt so good. I felt like a queen. Man, I needed that. Oh, I needed that. And then, interestingly enough, the woman who was sitting in the chair next to me, she had come in a little bit after me, and turned out that it was her mom, and her daughter, and her daughter's little boy, who was 3 months old. So it was great grandma, mom, and little one. And so all the ladies were getting their nails done, and then grandma was getting her pedicure as well. I don't know if anybody else got a pedicure, but I know grandma did, because we were talking. And so we got to talk, and she was quite the interesting, friendly woman. And so we were talking about anything from dogs to adoption, because she has 2 kids that she had adopted from Russia years ago. And I was telling her about our adoption stuff, because we had adopted 2 girls from Bulgaria around the same time as she did hers. And I don't know if you guys knew that about us, but anyway, that's another story. If you guys want to hear about that, I can tell you about that. Just let me know. And so we just got to talking. You know, she was very friendly, and I'll strike up a conversation, you know, I don't care. And so we were just, you know, we were yakking away while we were getting our pedicures. And then the little one started to cry. He was 3 months old. His name was well, I don't know if I should be telling you names, but anyway, he was a little 3-month-old little guy. And so he was kind of crying over there, and he was in his car seat. And so grandma, you know, was explaining that little one, you know, he likes his attention, you know, he loves to be held. And if he's like in his car seat, you know, kind of like where nobody's handling him or anything, like he will cry. And, you know, mom was you know, her hands were occupied because of doing the nails, as was great grandma's. So, you know, little one was, you know, in his car seat kind of crying, you know, like, oh, you know, I don't like the, you know, kind of thing. And so when I got done with my pedicure, well, when I was talking to the grandmother, and I was telling her, you know, I never, you know, mentioned the doll collection or anything like that, but I just said, oh my gosh, I love babies, and, you know, I haven't gotten to mess with one in so long, you know, because, well, you know, let's face it, people are very cautious with the pandemic and all that. And I'm going to see if I'm still recording, because my camera shuts off on me every 29 minutes. So just give me a minute. All right, I was still recording, but my camera shuts off on me every 29 minutes, and I don't know how long I've been going. So I needed to check things out a little bit so I wouldn't get shut off and end up talking to myself. Or these girls here. But yeah, so anyway, people are just real cautious right now, you know, due to the whole pandemic thing, and just, you know, being cautious because of, you know, the babies are young, and you know, I mean, not everybody wants like any kind of stranger, you know, messing with their, you know, with their little kid. So anyway, I had asked if she'd be willing to, just kind of let me interact with them a little bit. And, the grandmother's like, oh yeah, she will. So when I got done with my pedicure, the grandmother was still doing hers because she had arrived after me. So anyway, I went over and asked the mom, I introduced myself and asked the mom, would it be okay if I, if I entertained him a little bit, so maybe he won't cry, so much or whatever. And I just asked if I could interact with him. She says, oh, sure. So it was so funny because the instant I went over there and just, kind of started entertaining him and playing with him a little bit, the crying stopped. I mean, it was immediate. It was so immediate. I mean, it was just, oh my gosh, it was so funny. I'm like, yep. Look who's spoiled, look who's a spoiled little guy, And so I was, just kind of interacting with him a little bit. And then I was, then I had, did that for a couple of minutes, and then I, stood up. I was kind of sitting on the floor, next to him. So I stood up, and anyway, I had my golden retriever, Alex, with me because, he's, me having a visual impairment, I have a guide dog, and so he is my golden retriever, Alex. And so Alex goes with me, and so anyway, they were asking, they were curious about Alex. Like the great grandmother just loved him. Like, I mean, she kept saying, "Oh, he's beautiful." I mean, she loved him. They're all dog lovers anyway. But anyway, the great grandmother, she loved Alex, and so it was her. And there was another lady that was there that was curious about Alex, and so they, I let him, pet him a little bit. Because he was, I kind of made him like off duty just a little bit so they could. And because I don't like, people to mess with him when he's working because he'll get distracted. But anyway, I, made it so he was off duty so they could mess with him. And so they did. And, they asked me some questions like about his training and such. So, I was answering questions. And then Mom had taken the little guy out of the car seat. And I said, do you mind if I hold him? And so she, she let me hold him. And so I was, I was holding him and talking to him and playing with him, And the grandmother had told me that he had been colicky at first. Like he was colicky and his stomach was sensitive, and they had a hard time, it took him a little bit to find a formula that agreed with his little tummy wummy, his little tummy. And, but anyway, he still, I guess, spits up quite a bit. And so, long story short, I got baby spitty yuppie on me. And, because, yeah, he burped, and then the next one, he did a little spitty yuppie, but, it was just milk. And, so, got me dried off as best we could. And Mom had to wipe his face off, which he wasn't liking. He squirmed and, I don't, he didn't cry, but he just, he was trying to, kind of move his head away like, no, kind of thing. And, but she got him cleaned up, and she apologizes, like, she's like, oh, now you're going to smell like, baby puke. And I said, it cleans up. Don't worry about that. I said, it's not the first time. And so I told him, I told the little guy, I said, oh, you left me a souvenir, buddy. And then, babies, they love hair, and I have long hair. I had my hair down, and so he got a hold of a piece of my hair, and I said, buddy, I said, I got to keep my hair. I got to take it with me. So we had to untangle his little fingers from my hair, but he was cute. And it just really brightened my day. It made my day. So much nicer. I mean, I wasn't having a bad day anyway, but it just made my day so much nicer, because it's always great to meet some new, nice, interesting people. And then the fact that they were very open to letting me interact with the, with the little one. And it had been so long since I interacted with a real baby, and it was just nice. And I was able to get my tootsies done, was able to get my nails done, and it was just a very, very nice day. The weather was actually quite nice too. It wasn't overly hot or anything. And so it was just a very, very good day. So, and then after we got done with all that, we had gone to, my husband and I went to dinner because I didn't want to cook. I didn't feel like cooking after all that. So we decided to have we went to a local bar and grill that we like to visit. And so we had our dinner, and we had some PBR, Pabst Blue Ribbon beer. We don't get that very often. It's kind of hard to come by here, but they did have it, and so we had one of those. And then we came back, and then my husband did a little bit of yard work. Well, then the neighbor was out, and I guess he was having some renovations done over at his place, and so my husband went over to talk to him. And so they were, you know, chewing the fat, and they had a beer together, you know how guys do. And I said, I was teasing my husband when he came back. I said, hey, you guys didn't invite me. He's like, well, you weren't outside. I said, well, you could have texted me, you know, because with the neighbor, you know, we've actually had him over, and he's had some beer with us. And so it's kind of a little joke, you know, after like one of these get-togethers that we had. And I'll say, where's the beer? And you know, he'll say at home or whatever. So yeah, I always tease him like, you know, where's the beer? And but anyway, so they had a beer together, and he was showing my husband the progress that they'd gotten done. And then he came back and did a little bit of stuff in the yard, a little bit more, because he didn't get everything done because he got distracted by the neighbor's stuff. And then after all that was done, then we had the dogs outside so they could run around and play, and then we sat on the deck, and we had our Miller Lite, so we had a beer or two out there. So we just had a very, very nice day, just very you know, just it was just nice. It was a very nice day. So yeah, that's what we did. And let me show you this little girl. Isn't she cute? Yeah, look at her in her little hat and her little tutu dress. Look at that. Isn't that adorable? She is, oh my gosh, she is so sweet. And she is so sweet. Yep, so I'm going to go ahead, if we can find her little binky again. Whoops, let me see if we can find her little binky. And we'll try to curl up her little leggies. Yeah, we'll curl up her little leggies like that. I love when her little legs curl up like that. It is just freaking adorable. And yeah, that is also why I want to add a Levi to my nursery, because I love little scrunched up little cuddly babies like this. I do. It really makes them cuddly like that. It really does. And she is, oh my gosh, like she is so cuddly, she is. And so is Gabriella, but in a different way. You know, Gabriella is just weighted very, very nicely. She is very, very huggable, very cuddly, you know. And, you know, I love that. Like when I pick her up, you know, I can, you know, just kind of put her little head on my shoulder, you know. Very, very adorable. So, but yeah, let's see if we can find Evie's little binky. There it is. Yeah. So, Gabriella, she's just still sitting here, and looks like she is in a little bit of a better mood. You feeling a little better now? Yeah. Is the day better now? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I bet you're ready for your nap now, aren't ya? Aren't ya? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes she doesn't like to admit that she's tired, but then when she gets really tired, she will, you know. But yeah. So anyway, that is our video for today. So, oh, I didn't show you the haul. You know what? I'll make another video to show you guys the little haul that we got, because we made a long video today, and I don't want to overwhelm everything. So we did, you know, we talked about portrait babies, and we talked about my nice little day yesterday. And my husband was actually teasing me a little bit this morning, because I said it was just so much fun, you know, just interacting with the real baby. And he says, well, he says you got your own to interact with. I said, yeah, I do. He says, but they don't cry. I said, right. And then he says, and they won't spit up on you. And I said, that is very true. So yeah, how right that is. But anyway, I think that is our video for today. I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. Today is actually Wednesday, August 24th. Yep, today's the 24th. I can't believe how quickly this time is going. It's crazy. But that's our video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. And I should have said this in the beginning, but don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when new videos are uploaded. And you can see more of my cute little babies. And I think in another video, I think when I do the haul video, I think I'll talk about like some upcoming things that I want to try out on the channel. It still is going to have to do with the dolls, but you know, there's just a couple of things that I want to try out a little bit. And today was a little different because I had done the little sort of, not really a day in the life, but I kind of did like a little, you know, what happened this morning, and you know, our little scenario situation here. So we're going to go ahead and give Evie's little sheepy back to her. Okay, so yep. So she's sleeping now again. She didn't really wake up. She kind of moved a little bit, but you know, she stays asleep, you know, a lot of the time because she's still so very little. And then Gabriella here, I think, is going to go down for her nap because it is about that time. And then when we wake up, we're going to have a little bit of lunch. So yeah. All right, guys, that's all for today. As I said, don't forget to comment, like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and let me know what you guys think. Leave your comments. Would love to hear back from you guys. And I did end up, I did get quite a few new subscribers to my channel. So welcome to everyone who is new. Thank you so much for coming over, and I hope you guys enjoy my videos. And thank you to Sharon B for the lovely shout out. And I think that helped because some people, I think, came over from her channel to check me out. So welcome everybody, and thank you so much, Sharon. Very, very much appreciated. And so yeah, these little girls are going to say hi to you. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed seeing them together. Yeah, so anyway, I'm going to get off of here and quit rambling, and I'm going to edit this video, and we're going to get it uploaded. And yeah, all right, guys, have a great day. Be kind to each other, and give all your babies a big hug from all of us here at Serenade Nursery. And we'll talk to you guys in the next video. All right, bye everybody.